Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerdlings of all ages, my name is Jorisa. Today is Wednesday, the 9th of February, 2022, and we are moving into this week's PUBG EU Pro Scrims. We start off on Miramar. We've got 17 of some of the best teams in Europe and arguably the world in tonight's lobby, and I'm looking forward to sharing their exploits with you. Let's go ahead and take a look at how they do as we move into game number one. It's a little bit of an Eastern skewed playing path here, effectively a 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock in essence. A little bit skewed towards the right-hand side. The teams currently competing are Unique, Team Liquid, Entropic, Virtus Pro, Ghetto Gang, BBL Esports, Digital Athletics, Hall of Game, Mercurial, Enterprise, Navi, Pink Pony, M-Force, Exhalation, Heat Gaming, Roses, and Afteralt. Looks like the teams are broadly dropping without incident, although Digital Athletics and Enterprise may have a couple of things to say about that. On board now with Janny. Let's keep an eye on where they end up. There we go. It does look like She Created is contesting. Is it just a vehicle or is it a little bit more substantial? Looks like we might be going... Okay, in between the two Enterprise players. We're long shooting to the warehouse, trying to dip. But someone else was there earlier. That was Janny, and Janny's actually moved further back north. Okay, so we are good. We are good, although, frankly, this is going to be very interesting moving it further. You can see Digital Athletics are quite split, and Enterprise are kind of in the middle. And this makes me think... that if DA want to get back together as a unit, they might have to tread very carefully. Whoo! First circle northeast. We are not letting off at all this evening, are we? Just east of Cruz del Valle. Very interesting circle to start us off tonight. And that, if you saw Ibby in the kill feed there, that was the coach slot, the spectator slot for Mercurial. So that's what was going on there. San Martin, we've got Exhalation, Power Grid of Virtus Pro, Team Liquid, of course, playing with Svetlana, are in Pecado, Big Boss Life, north and east of Chumacera, Nobody Puerto, we've got M-Force and Impala. This is all very, very well behaved to start us off. Let's stay on board with Rupture then, because Hall of Game are surprisingly close to them, and Cine has got... He's got the potential here to give Rupture a bit of a headache. Depends on whether they choose to look in this direction. Cine definitely heard the car coming, and he's actually... Let's see what he's going to choose to do. I think he's just going to move away as a result, to be honest. I don't think he wants that fight. Or does he? Or does he? Maybe moving to a better vantage point here. Can he actually see Rupture from this compound? No. Not really. Not really. Okay, so we should be fine and good. First rotation's coming in. ProRex having a little bit of an issue there. I think that's just a vehicle bumping into a wall. Nothing major. Al Rain from Navi. Navi actually going to be moving in early. So Navi, a team who we're used to seeing dominate the edges of maps. Like, that's just kind of their style and what they do. We're seeing them rotate, not in a mega early time, but we'll call it an average time for them. Well, an average time for the server and an early time for them. Let's see how close into the center of circle they end up getting. That's going to be interesting. Very interesting indeed. They're making their way up towards center. We've got the Roses pretty much smack bang in the middle and actually making a fair bit of noise as well. And there you can see the church on top of Cruz. So that's where Rose are chilling out. Kemba, a lot of people will recognize this name. No stranger to competitive PUBG. Playing for the Roses this evening. And Navi have chosen to take south of this road. Plenty of rotation options. Easy to protect vehicles. You've got like these hillsides. You've got the broken walls here and stuff. Unless someone's coming straight up behind you, that's a fairly safe bet for a first circle rotate. Of course, now that I say that, someone's going to do exactly that. But, you know, we have to wait and find out. It's the rule. Mercurial getting in between these two teams could be a little bit of fun. This might dictate how the rest of the game plays out for them. They're getting a couple of shots at them from the roses, but, you know, mainly warning shots. Nothing too scary at the mo. It doesn't look like there's really going to be any serious contesting. The question, honestly, remains with Dante. Oh, he's moving out of that compound. Seeing a vehicle move out of that compound might mean Mercurial choose to take it. No, they haven't. They're going to continue going up towards where the drop is. Oh, this could be fun. This could be fun indeed. Look at this. They're moving up to the crop circles. Mercurial say, my drop, thank you very much. And I guarantee you, Ermac from the Roses is not going to like that one little bit. Absolutely not. Whoa! Na'Vi were on the edge. They're coming straight in, and this actually could be a very spicy start to the game. We're only 6.5 minutes in here. Faultlessly and Dante might choose to greet Melman. That's Dante on the right, Faultlessly on the left. There's nowhere for Melman to go. He has to fight his way out of it. Dante just peeking. Melman needs some support from his teammates. Isn't going to get it. That's the Mini 14 and the headshot to knock Melman. Where's the rest of Na'Vi? That's going to be the question. Melman now finished off. The rest of Na'Vi choosing to move. They're thinking, hang on a second. We don't know how many players there are. We just know we're getting shot by more than one person. And we know that we're getting shot from more than one direction. Without more information, we shouldn't be committing to this fight. So they're going to move back. Oh, beautiful headshot there. Tasty. Dante gets one kill. Very nearly gets a second knock as well. Fantastic stuff coming in from Team Unique. In the meantime, this drop, otherwise known as bait, hasn't been taken yet. Obviously, the moment someone goes out into the field, they could get peppered from a number of angles. If anyone is going to take it, though, I reckon it's Mercurial. We'll have to wait and see. Most teams making their way in now. We've got Enterprise very, very late. We've got After Alt as well, quite late. Anna, Dies, Ainen, and Y, or We, will be moving in reasonably late here. The Ghetto Gang, they're playing with 3 players in game number 1. I think one of their players had a technical issue. They've run into a little bit of resistance from M-Force, but they've managed to move towards the east. April? Is that a disconnect? Is that me? I think April just disconnected. Or at least I hope it's not me. I mean, I'm Sancho is continuing to... What's going on here? There's a recall for that vehicle. Look at the way the lights are flashing as well. What's happening? I don't even know. Hopefully April gets back into the game in time. Sancho's chilling here basically to provide a little bit of defense to give April enough time to reconnect, which is fair enough. I don't think M-Force are interested in fighting for this position at the moment, though, so I reckon they should be fine. Uh-oh. Pixelic, of course Pixelic manages to grab the Graza. I note that he's got a level 2 helmet and a level 3 vest on, which means somebody else has the 3 helm. Yes, Faye has the 3 helm. Okay. ES Test PLH04, otherwise known as the account that is hosting the scrims this evening. This is Faye playing for Mercurial. Oh, we've got a couple of new players to the game as well. Drojan in chat says, hi, John, gonna get this game downloaded. Absolutely. By all means. That's what we want to see. Thank you for all of your follows as well. And your subscribes to the channel. Makes a big difference. So really good to see so many of you in chat this evening. This is just game number 1 of 6. Remember, in tonight's PUBG EU Pro Scrims. My name's John. I'll be guiding you through all 6 of these games. And watching as some of the action pops off. We have a very northeastern circle to start us off with. And it's going to bounce back south. So, This is close to best case scenario here for, let's say, the likes of Entropic. They're not going to have to keep moving up. This is where Na'Vi were earlier. Nail-Up might want to consider taking this side of the road just so that they can grab both. But as soon as you come down off of this high ground here, which is what Invited is about to do, meow, it becomes just that little bit more difficult to move back up. But maybe they're banking on only having to go north. If they don't have to go south, that's fine. And it looks like they're going to be splitting their 2-2, which makes a lot of sense. Alia wants the loot, wants the AWM. Maybe can use the AWM to give himself a route out of here. Looking for Dante. Making their life a little bit tricky at the moment. And with an 8x on the AWM, well, let's just say there are options. And there are scenarios where headshots are... Oh, no! Extends, though! Tries to stop that from happening. Needs to get up. How on... Oh, he probably should have gone prone there. I don't know. He needs to go prone somewhere and heal. And that's Dante onto Alia, unfortunately. That's the knock and the finish. Team Unique will get another kill on that level 3 gear in the AWM. Will rest in pepperonis, unfortunately, in a Miramar mountainside. Team Liquid now in between Entropic, who have taken the gas station, and they're there with Hall of Game, who are occupying at the moment the west side of El Azhar. So all sorts of stuff going on. I think they probably want to move back to that compound soon. I don't really think being out here in the long run necessarily makes sense for them. Pink Pony and M-Force on the east side are having a little bit of a tussle as well, but M-Force can sort of choose when that engagement takes place. You see they've got this nice lip before you get to this compound. M-Force's objective at the moment, if I'm being perfectly honest, is stop Pink Pony crashing in. That's all they really want to do. The only way one team is seriously going to engage on the other from this sort of angle is if they grab vehicles and they're like, let's absolutely send it. I don't think they're going to do that. So we should be good. What about on the north side of the circle? What's going on here? Let's take a look. Oh, no. Quizzy also out of no man's land. Dante literally right there. Oh, no. This can't be good. Dante has absolutely no clue. And a doozie's here as well. And there we go. Yes, and Quizzy realizes it's actually more than one player. Unfortunately, though, Fate with the M24 from range will manage to get Quizzy as well. Dante will now have to, I guess, loot his teammate and find a way out. That is a tire off of the vehicle. Fortunately, Dante's already in zone. So a couple of bits of microfights going on here. Let's see what phase 3 does. Wow, hard shift south. Entropic's going to be pleased with that. So's Afteralt, who rotated in late, remember. In fact, Afteralt and Enterprise were the two teams down south who rotated in late. They are just fine. Absolutely no problem. This compound over here remains not taken. And part of the reason for that is because you can get a team rocking up on the north side, south side even, and just peppering you because they've got the high ground. So it's not necessarily the easiest compound to hold on to. People can get quite close. You can start to get grenades chucked down on you and stuff like that, and it could end up being a little bit unpleasant. That's Jeem's involvement in the first game, unfortunately out. Entropic, Mijatovic looking like he's able to get the knock there, and Lukaruks finishing it off. Entropic still with that 2-2 split. You can see half the team up there, and the other half of the team got the gas station like we saw previously. And with Al Rhine gone, Team Liquid eliminate Na'Vi. Now that's interesting. Na'Vi, the first team out at the 14-minute mark. Remember, they rotated in quite early. They went to Central Zone. Then they ended up having to come back and sort of fight their way back. So they got a couple of kills. But from a placement point of view, the way they've played this game hasn't worked out for them. So keep a mental note of that, because I'm kind of curious to see if Na'Vi goes with the same sort of approach or if they try something different for game number 2. So just keep your eyes peeled. Remember that for future reference. In the meantime, Heat Gaming trying to get gate kept by Exhalation on the very edge of the playing zone. BP, probably the closest player. He's on the other side of the road, looking out towards Exhalation, but can't quite see them just yet. These are the teams that are playing very, very edge, and they've got good reason to. Virtus Pro are right ahead of them. And if either of these teams wants to move in, they basically have to move in via the Bears. There's not too much in the way of ambiguity there. This east side of the circle is going to suck for someone. Digital Athletics need to move in. The problem is Hall of Game are right there. Got Driller getting revived now, and that looks like it is Siny going to be doing that. But we've also got Pink Pony, who are outside of zone needing to move in, and they definitely have the low ground. I feel like Cox here should really be joined by one other teammate. He's kind of got the number of everyone who's hanging back, but he's just trying to work out who he can actually target, who's a little bit closer, and Archie is super close. He must know now. He must know. Grenades out. Girya's coming around the corner. I think Girya's going to get the drop on him. Girya does get the drop on him. That's Cox down. How are Whole of Game going to respond? Girya with the opening frag. Underarm frag grenade to try and stop that. In fact, 2 of them actually to try and get the insta kill onto Cox. That's close enough to do some damage, but not complete. Siny, Godrilla, and Momme are all now surrounding them. Does this mean that we're going to get some third-party action a little bit later on? Girya and Godrilla trading a good amount of damage, but I have to say, that grenade was fantastic. That's Girya down. So Godrilla there, making it 3 versus 3. Doesn't look like Cox will be able to get revived. A lot comes down to Momme. If he gets knocked now without getting a knock himself, then Whole of Game open themselves up to being flanked. Momme is in a critical position right now. 3x on the M4. Spots Zorf. They trade shots, but it's not enough. Molotov's going at that second one is good. That second one is very good. Within an inch of doing damage to Zorf, and Pink Ponies managed to get all of their members up. Cox is down. It's back up to a 4v3, and here's the problem. Digital Athletics now coming in from the rear, saying, you know what, we don't mind grabbing a couple of points and clearing this if we can. Rupture's gone, but She Created is looking for a couple of points on the board. I think he might get it as well. 1 minute 50 seconds remaining until this zone closes, by the way. It's centering in on the road. So Entropic's positions are looking good. Team Liquid down to Svetlana. Well, we found the central position in a shack, so I guess that's what's going to happen there. She Created going in for the third party. Gets third-partied himself, though, as M-Force prevents them from getting in. Whole of Game now gatekeeping Pink Pony. Archie moving into zone. Who is that with? That's with Girya, I think. Extensis elsewhere. Is this just 2 members? No, it's 3, actually. Underneath the car, that's Girya and Archie going down. Extends needing to find any sort of gap, really. That's sort of what we're looking at here. Have we got someone there who might be able to... No, it doesn't look like it. It's Entropic who are trying to get the finishes. Invited looking for a finish. Nail up. Getting attacked from elsewhere. Suddenly has to worry about this. Pink Pony are eliminated, but it's mainly because Whole of Game are coming in over and above them. They still have a zone problem, though. And this zone problem could be difficult for them to navigate. Got Driller now. Effectively a solo player, not able to res Sidey in this situation. That's a really good nade. It just wasn't quite cooked well enough. Maybe an extra second or so, and Godrilla will be careening towards the valley in a flaming wreck. That would have been Desperado. As it stands, though, he manages to get in. And please don't tell me him and Svetlana are going to be shack neighbors. Is that really going to happen? He's found a dip. All right, so Whole of Game here. Going to be dipping out here in game number 1. Big fight between Afteralt now and Heat Gaming. Prorix and Ribbons moving in on Dies. Manages to get that knock and indeed the subsequent kill. But with Anna knocked as well, there was only Y left and Afteralt are eliminated. Heat Gaming continue to proceed. They've got 3 kills between them and 4 players left alive here at about the 20-minute mark. But they are outside the next zone, still censoring on this road. Team Liquid very happy to chill here. Oh, and this is a sandwich if I've ever seen one. Exhalation, Roses, and Virtus Pro all tied up in a fight over this northern side as M-Force are eliminated by Entropic. We've got Perfectix here on the west side. And they're even fighting the Roses now. With Exhalation in the middle saying, can you guys just fight each other and leave us alone? No can do, my friend. VP have got the high ground position. The Roses probably are the team that are most likely able to disengage. And I think that's what they're going to try and do. The problem is we've got Team Unique on the other side who could potentially third party. So we're watching them at the moment. It looks like they're more preoccupied with Mercurial. So maybe they're going to end up being fine. And it's now Exhalation versus VP. We'll see what ends up happening there. And Mangvik with the gifted community sub. Thank you very much. And of course it goes to Itchy Gooch 66. Of course it does. JCR, hello from South Africa. Hello. Good evening. Hope you're doing very well indeed. Watching Exhalation right now try to wriggle themselves out of what feels like an impossible situation with Virtus Pro and Roses. Roses actually managing to make it in just about. And there's a chance that here is going to cause a very, very big headache for Lou and co. Never mind, Lou spotted him. And as a result, they have to deal with Exhalation, who are trying to escape. And they've escaped into a 2v1. So the Roses actually ended up, I thought it was a good move. They ended up being a little bit overambitious there. And engaged, essentially, both Exhalation and Virtus Pro at the same time. That was a little bit unfortunate. A little unfortunate there. And that is Gimli as well with the sub. Thank you very much, Gimli. Really appreciate that. Hope you're enjoying our EU Pro scrims this evening. Good grenade towards Izium. The problem is Salik is there as well. And with that information being given to him, no, it doesn't even matter because Perfectix has a rather disgusting angle. Let's take a look. Oh, he's off to one side. And he's able to periodically see the heads of everybody there. And unfortunately, Exhalation now are getting caught out from so many different angles. How has Dante survived this? What? That is a juking masterclass Dante just showed us there. Perfectix had him banged to rights. And well, they live to fight another day. We're in phase 5. Virtus Pro, what remains of Team Unique. We've also got Mercurial and Entropic. Seem to be... and Entropic, actually, with that 2-2 split, we're doing very well before. So I'm a little bit surprised that they're down to a duo now. But look at this. They're up to 9 kills. I mean... Look, that's decent points no matter what happens. And they're one team away from making it into the placement points as well. So Entropic are going to get a good haul from game number 1 no matter what happens here. In the meantime, we do have to look at Gempty. It's Gempty and Faye going up against Team Unique right now. Faultlessly's just ahead. And that's a bait crate if I've ever seen one. That is a bait crate. Oh, hello, he's prone. Gempty saying, please finish him off. He was just proning, and he does, to be fair. But unfortunately, Mercurial get eliminated almost instantly afterwards because Virtus Pro have come in to clean up. And VP now properly have control of the north side of the circle. Big Boss Life and Eotech is being, well... ambitious is, I think, the correct word here. I mean, they are reasonably close to this crate, but I guarantee you no one except Virtus Pro is going to get it unless some extraordinary things end up happening as the circle moves into phase 6. This is where things look at the moment. We've got Virtus Pro on the north side, virtually uncontested, especially because Entropic are now staying on... Oh no, if Entropic come back up, that could be dangerous, but I think they're just going to hold this ridge here. Big Boss Life are on the road itself. We then have Svetlana from Team Liquid with a lot of teams surrounding him. We've got Heat Gaming there, Enterprise, and Godrilla from Whole of Game. All within shouting distance. Heat Gaming are closest to Team Liquid, but they're busy dealing with BBL at the moment. 24 minutes in to game number 1. These are your PUBG EU Pro Scrims. There are going to be 6 games tonight. We've started on Miramar this evening, and we hope you guys are thoroughly enjoying the entertainment here. Heat Gaming and Ribbons going for a beautiful grenade underneath the bang bus there. It doesn't quite work, but I'm loving the thinking behind it. Dedrix also gets shot at. These are pot shots from Entropic. Entropic are going for it here. It's a buffet of who to shoot at as far as Lucarux is concerned. 10 kills now. They're into the placement points. Only 7 teams left alive here in game number 1. And this is an absolute buffet as far as they're concerned. Lucarux gets Grendies as well to make their way up to 11. They must know they have to know there's another team above them. They hear so many shots from Virtus Pro. here come Virtus Pro. They hear the shots and they're thinking, can we afford to take a peek over the top? Yes, we can. Some damage gets done. That's Lukaruk's down. And Mijatovic down as well. Entropic eliminated in 7th place, but they got a minimum of 11 kills out of that. What an incredible run. Really, really good stuff from them. Team Liquid now, unfortunately, out of the shack. Svetlana did all he could. And we've got 6th place for Team Liquid. Virtus Pro now up to 9 kills themselves. They've got the top half of the circle. What are Enterprise going to do, actually? They're just sitting around. They've got a lot of cover, which is fair enough. But what else can they do off the back of this? Let's see where they rotate into. They're going for the Svet Shack. Oh, watch out. We might also see Godrilla think about some form of revenge. Holy crap, that molly was good. That was inches away from potentially scoring a double kill. Which is why the guns are coming out as well now. But unfortunately, Godrilla has been seeded from elsewhere. No vest and no helmet, by the way, on Godrilla. That's a pretty big one as well. We now have the next shift going to the east. Heat Gaming have to move in. Enterprise have to move in. Hall of Game have to move in. Big Boss Live have to move in. Literally no way out. And Hall of Game. Oh, Godrilla. Waiting patiently after that Molotov that was almost so good. He does manage to finish off Hall of Game. Or rather, Enterprise. He is Hall of Game. Here comes BBL. Oh, God. So many of those shots were about 3 inches from a headshot. They were so close. But now the zone's coming in. Oh, no. It's doing 10 damage a second. That's not good for Godrilla. He's eliminated in 3rd, and it's now Virtus Pro versus BBL for the win here in game number 1. On board now with Perfectix. Got machine gun. That's potentially a great grenade. 2 great grenades as well. And Batulin's via the vehicle even explosion. Gets 2 members of BBL just like that. It's now a 4v2. Virtus Pro up to 13 kills. What can Smash and Code do? An attempted nade there from up top. A second one gets even closer. And that's good enough. Code Marco and Smash both go down. And Virtus Pro with 15 kills will go ahead and grab game number 1 in tonight's PUBG EU Pro Scrims. Absolutely delightful stuff there. And nearly 2,700 damage done. In 2nd place, we've got BBL Esports. And in 3rd place, it's Hall of Game.